This clothing design, this one clothing design will make you 10k, at least 10k every time you drop. Look, my name is Huji and I'm here to show you how creative people out there, designers, artists, anyone in this field, that you can be technical and creative at the same time.
Talk about it is greatness, and that's the way I thought of it my whole life. Was my interest is in making something great. Greatness, lasting greatness, timeless. And I came to realize recently, it's all an offering to God. And if you're making an offering to God, you're not thinking about, oh, what's the budget? Or I hope this segment of the audience is gonna like it. We don't think like that. It's a higher vibration. We're making the best we can make to the best of our ability out of love and devotion. And there is no, I'm changing it for someone else, because it can't be better than this devotional act that we're doing.
For real. That's deep from Rick Rubin here. So essentially, it's not about the marketing hacks, the campaign hacks, the one templated mock-up design hack, the email hack, the SMS hack, whatever it is, the organic content hack, Reels hack, TikTok hack. It's about your own creative mindset and how you kind of approach this mindset as a producer and consumer at the same time. Because once you decide you want to have your own product, you stop becoming a consumer, right? You start to shift into being a producer. But most people kind of struggle with this kind of shift, and they still kind of stay in between, and they don't know when to kind of allow which role to take over, which I'll show you exactly in this video. So let's talk about this post from SB Helpers. Shout out to them. So, is social media marketing for clothing brands changing? Right? You start to see a lot of this type of creative cinematic reels, a lot of movie styles, right? A lot of brands are kind of incorporating a lot of these vibes, dynamics, and that add storytelling and depth to their brand image, which is a huge kind of way to showcase the product nowadays. Because the quality of reels and Instagram and content has been increased this much by a short period of time that you need to catch up. And if you don't catch up, then you always stay stuck at that 1,500 whatever you're making right now. And if you feel stuck there, then there's a high chance that you don't understand this kind of dynamics yet. I'll show you how to understand it as a producer and consumer in that state of mindset of these both roles at once. Another cinematic video, right? Chef.
Okay, so can I also do the chicken strips, but instead of the ketchup, could I do ranch instead? And then no strawberries on there as well.
Can I get extra chocolate chips instead? Yo, I can't do this. What, are you just gonna sit there?
That's my mom's cup, okay? I don't have my own cup for
It's
coffee.
peaking there right now.
Another great it's peak concept.
We all gotta start somewhere. And I figured if I could learn how to move one, then I could move two. And if I can move two, then I'ma just keep on fucking moving them. You see, life is simple. What are you willing to pay for what you want?
Great concept. If you know the plugin game, then
And me?
yeah, it has a very
paid
kind
attention.
of movie dynamics
America
of
got a thing for this game.
plug game.
They love me.
Again,
Black chocolate, black
no,
chili,
as you
love
saw
the
in
LA.
this
I
video,
take spit
no
over rainbow
crazy
shit. I'm a fan who got the silver duct tape on my tray handle. The women in my life bring
But it
confusion
still
and
has
shit. So
that
like
kind
Nino,
of
we knew Jack. I'll cancel that bitch.
movie
Look at me.
storytelling.
This
You
is
know,
the life.
it still has that direction in
When
the
we get
content
everything
itself.
that we wanted, well, we'll probably just do it all again.
Dope stuff. Very movie based. You see,
Blitz today.
quick zoom in.
Hey yo, is that a bolo? I swear that's a bolo. No, that's a bolo. Yo, wait, let me see. Hey yo, that's a bolo. It's a bolo. Yo, that's a bolo. You don't want that. Let me get that. Hey yo, I need that. Yo,
Extremely tight dynamics.
Yo,
The jumps,
come.
the zoom jumps, that was crazy. What the fuck? Okay, bolo jacket. So
That's a terrific bono, my dear.
crazy shit. Okay, but you get the idea, right? Like essentially, you need to learn kind of the feel of dynamics and vibes in content. Like basically, stop being like a passive consumer, right? Start being like an active consumer in a producer state mindset, right? So start reading the content, right? Why did it hook you? Like what's the vibe of it? What's the story, right? What's the aura? What's the energy? So to show you like a more in action kind of visual understanding of how to understand like dynamics and stuff. So obviously here POV by Activism Brand. Shout out to the photographers and models. POV, you did a football theme shoot for your jerseys, right? And the easiest way to understand dynamic is you see a lot of kind of brands, like normie brands, let's call them. They would just go to like a football place and just kind of shot like a still or whatever, right? But they like these photographers, they added depth to it by essentially showcasing movement, right? Because it's a sports team. You see how the models are jumping, like, you know, how it's very crazily, you know, dynamic wise. So to understand dynamics, I wanted to kind of show this example of a reel, especially in sports, where it's the easiest way to understand like movement, dynamics, depth, and vibes of a content, pretty much. Another video, shout out Brandon Josh. Great editing skills, you know, great dynamics, great hook at the beginning. It got vibes. Thought we friends, right? Very casual, not, you know, music. I mean, it's music based, but not really like movie based. But again, it has movement, right? Poses, jump cuts, fast paced music, done. You added depth to your content. No crazy stuff, no crazy movie stuff, right? Pretty much quick jump cuts, match cuts. It got vibe. Fast paced music, done. A quick reel. Another Thought with Friends video, right? Shit ton of movements, right? A lot of posing, great contrast in the background. It adds depth to the content, and you can make this very easy. You don't have to be so crazily, you know, cinematic and have an extremely high campaign, movie based kind of campaign for your brand or collection. You can be making this type of, you know, simple videos and you're good. But yet a lot of fashion brands and fashion, you have to wear that shit, right? But I'm wearing Kanye's Virtuous Tee, shout yeah. Anyways, you should be wearing stuff, right? And yet a lot of people still only stick to POV videos, and they shoot like a floor kind of video and pick, and they stick to that one type of content, right? Like if you just stick to that one type of content, there's no depth to your brand image. There's no dynamics in your brand image. There's no movement in your brand image. Imagine like a box, right? And you're supposed to be bouncing off like the floor to the roof, left to right. You are supposed to be filling the whole room with vibes and dynamics and moving it and everything. Yet a lot of people still stick to one type of content, and they, you know, just stick to that one type of content, and they stay on the floor forever. Another Thought We Never Left, Thought We Friends video. They have a lot of accounts, personal accounts, main accounts, and they do very similar kind of videos on each account, which is a huge shout out for them. They created their image like this. Again, The background changing, the outfits changing. You know, again, matching music, good cuts, quick effects, like a quick reel. All right, let's go to some Pinterest stuff, right? Very movie based. Yep, quick 7-second movie based, right? And again, nothing crazy. There's no crazy effects. Good colors, good color knowledge, good composition, good camera angles, great models, good music that goes with it. See, 7 seconds, and nothing crazy. And the only sound design was pretty much the beat. And the end of how, you know, the trunk was closed. That's pretty much it. And it adds a good depth to the content already, because again, the colors knowledge, the composition knowledge, the models, the right set, you know, on set, the car, the vibe, the house that was there, the music, all of this stuff. If you don't have knowledge and understanding as a passive consumer and an active consumer, an active producer mind state, then you'll never be able to kind of roll out a good kind of creative direction for your brand, or for pretty much, if you're an artist, pretty much for anything, if you don't understand depth. All right, let's take a look at Reflex, a very great videographer, video editor, creative director. But this shit's gotta load. Right, if you take a look at the content, again, great depth, great movements, great colors, great model, music, everything. The loop was fucking crazy, by the way. Let's take a look at another video. Same thing. Dope shit, movement, cuts, music, creative shit, right? And obviously you don't have to go crazy with your content like this, right? Like you don't have to. But if you want to be perceived as a visual appealing brand, then you need to have good visual stuff, right? It's logical. Let's take a look at Yana Bonone again. She's editing stuff by herself. Crazy edits. This is like really crazy dope edits, right? Again, dynamics, music, movement, zoom in, zooms out, cuts, effects. You get the idea, right? Like, let's take a look at a different reel. Let's scroll down a bit. This 2.7 mil reel. This is crazy. This is like an actual crazy campaign. Dynamics, fast-paced cuts, vibes. See, there's nothing much I can say about this stuff anymore, because it's just like dynamics, aura, energy, depth, movement in a content, in pretty much anything that you create. You can feel it. Okay, let's take a look at another cinematographer, video creator, Pavel Krikunov. Again, he did a Timberland cinematography here. Dynamics, great stuff. Good music, good transition, good paper effect there, elevator music, good stuff. Great stuff. Like, not what more can I say? Let's take a look at another video here. Crazy shit. Crazy beginning, hook as fuck. Probably a cinematography for OnePlus. Crazy storytelling. This got vibes. This is like chill. Chef. Shout out Pavel, bro. Let's take a look at last from him. good angles, fast pace, match cut, jump cuts. Crazy effect right there. Quick stuff, good stuff. Brand, let's take a look at fashion brand Mertra. Again, great dynamics, great composition, color grading, dope as fuck here. Great edit, close-ups of the products. Good, great lookbook. Same stuff with these pictures right here. Overall, great composition right here, and great editing. Ninja fleeces drop next week. Very great storytelling based quick reel here. Ninja, right? And ninjas, there are multiple of them. They look kind of the same, and yeah, tough as fuck. Great dynamics, great vibes, right? Sometimes with some certain kind of content, you can't really say much technical stuff about it that much, right? Because some cookups that you do, some arts that you do, it's just that it got vibes, and it's the most simple way to kind of start treating art. Like it just should give you a feeling, right? Any sort of feeling, pretty much. Mertra did a crazy pop-up, and they get a great BTS out of it. Great community type of video. Movie based, very movie based, but also kind of educational, informational about like the event, pretty much. Great stuff. Shout out Mertra. So the easiest way I would explain all this stuff is that, simply put, the content has fucking energy, right? Let's talk about more like picture stuff. Let's talk about dynamics in pictures, right? Because yes, it's kind of the same, but it's also not the same. But let's just talk about like some pictures here, right? I can't really talk much about them, but if you just follow people with good taste and you don't follow bullshit on the internet, then you should be good as a consumer, right? Again, posing, background, composition, angles, good stuff. Great dynamics, great depth into the pictures. Shout out IZ. Let's take a look at Bishop, right? Same stuff, right? Same concept, right? Great dynamics. I actually saw how they did this. They actually threw, it's actually not added onto here. I think so. They actually threw the stuff, you know, on the top. But again, dynamics, model, good lighting setup here, good poses, professional camera use, great editing from Bishop, great modeling from the model here. Overall, again, great guy to kind of take inspiration from as a photographer. Great dynamic. This has a really great composition right here. You can see it here. Like I don't know, like honestly, like there are some triangles and these rules of kind of composition, but me personally, when I kind of go out there and take shots, I just see it, right? Some people just might not see it, and that's totally okay. But until you actually pick up the stuff, you actually try to edit the stuff, you try to use the camera and stuff like that, until you actually see through the lens, before you do that, you will never actually know what kind of creative direction you want to go, until you understand and see at least a bit visually through the lens. Trend Vision, I know I talk about them a lot, alright, but in probably almost every video. Great models, again, great looks to it, great spot. So when it comes to content, as of now, you should probably already know this, there's kind of really two types, right? The first one is creative reels, fast-paced music, beat, maybe not heavy graphics, but graphics added, transition added, sound design, stuff like that. The second one is more like educational, informational with a sort of entertaining pace, and I want to show you like the Schutze, and they're doing this very well. They kind of created this shit by their own. I haven't seen it. They also have multiple accounts where they post very similar type of videos, but again, let's take a look.
But all jokes aside, let's be fully transparent about our prices. First off, we want to use the design application technique that has proven to be the most durable.
Educational, right? In an entertaining way, with a good kind of chill pace.
And lastly, to ensure that they're actually durable, we decided to use a Vibram outsole, ensuring longevity and so that the cost per wear is lower than your standard everyday loafer.
You see, like there's again, this is very entertaining pace, but it's not like a very movie cinematic base, right? It's very entertain based.
Magic broom's not working. Okay, let's see what's dropping. Oh, hey now. Ooh, koi fish sunglasses. Cece with the Giants loafers. Koi glasses and Giants loafers dropping today. Welcome to the soup.
See, very like educational with an entertaining pace about their upcoming drop. You can take a look at, you know, their other stuff as well. You know, just take a look at their account and nothing crazy, right? No crazily cinematic, no crazily movie based, but still very entertaining, very still visually pleasing with an entertaining pace. So to wrap this kind of a bit up before we go to the next kind of stuff, you're totally cooked, right? You're totally cooked if you don't know how to edit yourself, or you don't understand reading the feels of a video, picture, or any kind of sort of art. If you can't read the dynamics, if you can't read the feel, then something's wrong. Could be the art, but most of the time it's you, honestly. So it's like, it's a muscle, right? It's like a creative muscle to kind of train, to see stuff, to feel stuff. Or if you can't visually direct where your brand is going at all, like, you're totally cooked, right? You don't have to actually edit the crazy stuff, right? Do cinematic crazy stuff. But if you don't kind of have like a kind of mood, the feel of where your brand, where your collection is going, what's the vibe of it, how do you want it to look visually, then you're cooked. And I honestly think you should quit like creative industry. No offense, but it's like, if you can't be creative fundamentally, then what you're doing, what are you doing, right? If you're going into this just for money, it's fine, it worked, but you should quit this video, because this video is not for you. Then this is for real fucking artists, all right?
If you really look at it, all the most legendary designers were all designers who could actually make clothes. If you think about Martin Margiela, Alexander McQueen, Rick Owens. Rick Owens was a pattern maker. He started working with Michelle, and now one of the biggest designers in the world.
Learn how to make clothes, learn how to make clothes. Don't do sketches and collages, because that's bullshit. I mean, anybody can do that. You have to learn how to make clothes. Shut up and work and work and work all the time, and produce and produce and produce. And the more you produce, talent will emerge. For better or for worse, your identity, your personality, your vision, whatever. As long as you work and work and work and make enough things to choose from, you'll
make enough things to choose from. A lot of creative people just don't do enough creative stuff. They just wait for like the next inspiration. They just wait for the next inspiration, and then they don't get to doing anything, because they're like, okay, I don't have inspiration, so let me not do anything, right? But you need to understand your own cookups, right? Because let's say you work with a manufacturer and you just tell them, I want this oversized, this normal balloon fit. It isn't enough. If you don't even know what measurements you want to have, like, you need to know how to cook. at least technically, at least understanding it technically. Like, you are trying to be a fashion creative and a brand owner, or just a businessman. Like, choose. Like, you need to choose a size. Both works, but both work in a very, very different way. And me personally, I always choose going the route of knowing and owning your own fucking style if you're actually trying to build something creatively big. All in all, like, this whole brand stuff, like being a business owner, being a brand owner, being a what type of actual CEO business owner, requires a lot of technical and creative skills. It's not that just you learn one thing. You're gonna build a huge ton of skills that's gonna compound and create that one big thing. All right, if you don't have the resources, the capital and stuff to get people to help you, or if you don't know people around you that have that talent, or if you don't have the ability to kind of see talent in people and just, you know, take them onto one table and make sure everyone eats and make sure everyone cooks together, then you should start at least wearing all the hats. Like, it's gonna be painful as fuck. So what? Every great growth is fucking painful. Shout out to a few great designers that I bumped into here. Like, if you look at their sketches and stuff, like, it looks so fuckingly very, very dope. It's just, again, like, if you're gonna work with a designer, it's the same thing. Like, if you don't know what the fuck you wanna make, like, the designer, even if you have a designer, unless you're that type of brand owner where you just go out there and kind of buy a style and you don't create it, you know, from scratch, then, you know, you could do that. You would be like a businessman in that sense, not really like a creative brand owner, quote unquote. But even if you work with designers, right? Shout Caleb from Corrupted, shout Emmanuel, another great designer to look at. Shout Izan, made by Izan, great designer. He's been quite popping off recently. You know, he's been working for brands like Cortez and stuff. But even if, like, you work with designers and you don't understand what vibe, what mood, what kind of depth, what dynamics, what art are you going for, then it's still gonna be hard for you. Like, if you don't understand your own vibes, your kind of identity that you're going for within the art, then you're cooked. You won't be cooking stuff. You are cooked, like, bro. Alright, I'm gonna close this video all by, you know, just scrolling through some more Pinterest, you know, dynamics pics that I kind of found here that got sort of dynamics, vibes that you can kind of take inspiration from, get the vibe from. And getting inspiration is not bad. Still, like an artist, right? There's a lot of recycled art nowadays, right? Not everything is unique by itself. It's just unique by its own touch. And this is my own pic, by the way. I shot this at the studio with this, whatever the fuck, how old this shit is, like probably 30 years old. But pretty much, you know, this pic isn't like crazy special, but it has vibes, right? You can see like how when the light hit, like it feels a little bit overexposure, but it's not like crazy exposure where you don't see anything. It just got vibes, right? Another pic that I took in a car randomly here. It's just like, I can't tell much about it. It's not like promoting anything. It's just promoting the vibe. Another great pic from Pinterest. Our client DLO at Mercerville here, you know, we were cooking up this mac for him. This pics we shot, by the way. And I told him we're cooking some macs, and he said, oh shit, where are you guys making them? What? I said Photoshop skill, and he said, okay, I need to learn Photoshop as well. I'm only using Illustrator. Again, it's compound that a lot of, because you might be like the creative person who has that creative image, has that visual, but if you don't understand the technical tools, the vehicles to actually use to actually put your visual, the stuff you have in your mind, on paper, then it's gonna be hard for you to actually go ahead and create it when you don't understand how to use these tools to actually kind of take the idea from your head onto paper. A rain wash. By the way, this is like a really chill rain wash. So what happened with my hoodie here? It's not my hoodie, it's like a Trendy Vision hoodie, but I took inspiration from it. I really like, you know, the arts on here. How did it happen? Pretty much, I had this in my bag. It was raining as fuck. I took this out. I saw it and I was like, this shit got vibes. I need to save this shit for, you know, a digital design, right? And if you can take a look here, I showed this to my creative friend. You can even see an eye here. You can see a bit of a face here and eyes here, which again, it's crazy stuff how it happened. Literally had the hoodie in my bag, was raining as fuck, the bag was wet as fuck, took this out, saw this, took a picture, hard as fuck, then kind of tried to create like a small mock-up version here, and I'm gonna be closing off by just showcasing a little bit of this tease of what we're cooking up. If you liked the video, like it. If you didn't, dislike it. Bye.